All right, let's hit this Dragon Age thing. Dragon Age the Veilguard. This is something, brothers. Let me tell you. So yeah, Jason Schreier, he put out a big article about Dragon Age the Veilguard, its development, and just the giant mess that it is. So here's the key takeaways from this thing. BioWare, under extreme pressure after the failures that is Anthem and Andromeda, which I think we can all agree that makes sense. The OG idea was just a smaller kind of single-player gaming experience, but EA forced a pivot to live service in 2017. So live service multiplayer Dragon Age game.
Well, I mean, a lot of the systems in the game, including how the weapon upgrade system works,
Right.
It makes sense.
It is still very reminiscent of a past system that would have been potentially loot box focused.
Yeah,
Yep.
you can see the remains of it in the game. After that, naturally, the creative director dipped, which totally fair. Probably just not his thing, and obviously probably pissed. New creative director aimed for that lighter tone to fit online gameplay, which is also why the initial trailer for the game gave like a Fortnite feel to it,
Yes.
as everyone said. The Anthem failure in 2019, which I forgot that was even 2019, shout out to that, raised massive doubts about repeating past mistakes. In the pandemic era, the game made another pivot back to single player, but without proper pre-production. The team was just given 18 months to overhaul the game and rewrite the entire story. Tight timelines impacted the lack of meaningful choices in the game, which came back in the alpha testing in 2022 that pointed to there's a severe lack of choices that a game like this should have. There was a last-minute addition of choices. Then the Mass Effect team got brought in, which I remember when all this took place, to help finish the game. The Mass Effect team and the Dragon Age team are just totally different working environments, while the Dragon Age team was apparently super laid back and lax, while Mass Effect team is very structured and like, we have a plan of how we do things and let's do it. The Mass Effect leaders rewrote and added multiple scenes, including the game's finale.
Which, I don't want to praise Mass Effect in any way, but the final stretch of the game leading to the finale of Dragon Age is by far the best part of Dragon Age.
There's a stark difference.
Right.
It is a total shift. It's like, we have a bunch of shit that's happening, and then, oh man, look, this ending sequence is awesome.
Right. So you can thank the Mass Effect team for that, apparently. So I guess hearing you say that and reading this article, it's just like, oh, well, that makes sense then. That makes sense. And there was more dialogue that was changed after concerned it was going to sound like Forspoken. I thought that was funny, which I could kind of see that because there's definitely some dialogue in the game that I don't mind it for the most part. I didn't mind Forspoken's dialogue, but it's one of those things that I can hear some things in Dragon Age and I can definitely make the connection. So just top to bottom, the development for this game, disaster. Everything about it is a disaster.
The one part of that that when you said it, I went, wait, what? It's when you said added more choices. And I'm like running through my head. I'm like, there's like three meaningful choices in that entire game.
And that's what they added.
Yep.
And one of them is at the beginning of the game, and one of them is like at the end of the game. And I'm pretty sure one of them is a side quest.
Yeah. So it was really one of those things that the game was just so far that you really just couldn't add a lot. So they at least added a few. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And then with BioWare's future, so apparently BioWare only brings in about 5% of EA's revenue yearly. EA getting most of the revenue, of course, from sports and shooters. We knew that. There are analysts that believe EA will continue to support BioWare for the payoff of like a hit RPG because of their history with Mass Effect and what this new Mass Effect could bring. However, analysts would not be surprised if EA just decided to close the doors. At this point, everything rides on the new Mass Effect for BioWare. It comes down to this, brothers. If this new BioWare is anything less than just a massive hit back to trilogy form, BioWare is probably done, boys. This is GG. But man, just what an unfortunate situation. Because like Dragon Age Veilguard, it's not a bad game. It's just not a great game. Like you know, like what you said, it's the most 7 out of 10 game.
That's what I was gonna say. It is the most game happened.
Yeah,
it's like game happened. You'll probably have a decent time playing it.
Yeah, like I mean, it's fine. It's a fine game. You'll have fun to some extent. Like you'll have times where you'll enjoy yourself. But
I mean, to be honest, one of the better games I played last year.
There you go. He platinumed it, right? You did platinum it, didn't you? Okay, yeah, platinumed it. Shout out. So just unfortunate, man. Unfortunate for the Dragon Age team. Unfortunate for BioWare that this development cycle went. It's one of those things. It's like, man, this makes me think. I wish BioWare was just like an independent studio again before they ever was purchased by EA. God knows how long ago that was. I don't remember if that was pre Mass Effect 1 or like after Mass Effect 1. I don't remember.
I think it was probably half before, actually. Because I think EA had them beforehand because they made one of the Knights of the Old Republic. They had did some work on it.
True. So yeah, might date back even further. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with BioWare. Like I said, everything's riding on the new Mass Effect. I hope they don't fuck it up for my own heart too.